Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of The Optimist. I'm your host, Dean Pavlou, and I can't wait to catch you up on all the latest sports news that has been going on in the sports world. So let's get right into it. So obviously, we got the World Series going on right now. Blue Jays, Dodgers. Blue Jays doing great, leading the series 3-2. After that heartbreaking loss in game three, they come back to win game four and game five in great fashion. They win game four 6-2. And last night they take game five 6-1 behind an incredible performance by young rookie Trey Savage. Just an unbelievable performance. 12 strikeouts and just an absolute masterclass by the young right-hander, out pitching the Dodgers and winning by a final of 6-1, out pitching Blake Snell. The Blue Jays, they got off to a fast start with Davis Schneider and Vladdy Jr. both going deep to start the game. Uh, both homers to left field, and from then on, it was all Blue Jays. You had that one home run by Kike Hernandez to make it 2-1, and you thought maybe here come the Dodgers, but Trey Savage just kept them at bay all night long. 12 strikeouts, as I mentioned, and just continuing his epic postseason performance. And, what can you say? I mean, he's just been unbelievable, quieting down the Dodgers' bats, which have been pretty quiet for this entire series. Uh, I saw a stat that said that the Dodgers scored 6 runs in game three. That was the first time they scored 6 runs in a game since the Red Series, which was in the wild card matchup. So that's pretty crazy to think about. Obviously, I still think, the Dodgers could come back and win game six, and I think they will win game six behind Yoshinobu Yamamoto and push this series to seven. But you have to like the Blue Jays' chances right now. I mean, every time you've doubted them this entire postseason, at least for me, they've proven me wrong, and they continue to do so. It's been just an incredible performance. Vladdy Jr. has been unbelievable, and the star he was paid to be by them earlier this season. Um, and then, you have guys like Ernie Clement, Addison Barger stepping up. Even Andres Jimenez has done well. Bo Bichette has come back during this World Series and had a great postseason. Springer, who's out right now, he's done great this entire postseason, and maybe he'll be back for game six. So they've just had guys up and down this lineup that have been really impressive. And I thought going into the World Series, I thought this would be a good series, maybe go six games and Dodgers win in six. But the Jays have just been unbelievable, resilient. After losing that 18-inning game in game three, they come back to win game four, 6-2, and then win game five. And it's just been incredible. They've showed great resilience, and there's nothing more you could say. I mean, at this point, you can't doubt this team anymore. They are gonna prove you wrong. So in Game Six, we've got Kevin Gossman versus Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and in Game Two, both pitchers had a great performance. Yamamoto pitched a complete game, his second straight complete game of this postseason. He had a complete game in the NLCS against the Brewers, and then in Game 2 of the World Series, he pitched a complete game as well. So, you know, we'll see what happens in this one. I don't know if it'll be another complete game. I don't think it will be, but boy, has he pitched great, and you can put nothing past him at this point. Uh, And then Gossman pitched well his last time out in game two, but suffered the loss. So let's see. Let's look back at that game two score from this World Series. Here, let me pulling this up right now. Let's look at box score. All right, so I got it right here. So game two, it was 5-1 Dodgers winning it. Kevin Gossman went 6 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. But the 3 runs he gave up, 2 of them were in the seventh. After they had that whole concert uh, with the Jonas Brothers, which I don't like when they do that middle of the game, but they did that, and then Gossman after that wasn't the same. But I don't think it was because of the concert. Um, but anyway, he gave up 3 earned runs, but 2 of those runs were in the seventh. So he did pitch well, just couldn't outpitch Yamamoto, who was just absolutely dominant. Complete game, 1 run, uh, just an unbelievable performance by Yamamoto and leading the Dodgers to a game two victory. He's going to need to do something similar in this game uh, with the Dodgers season on the line. Such high hopes, obviously, going into this year after winning last year, looking to repeat. And yeah, they're one loss away from, you know, going home empty-handed. And yeah, the Jays have just been unbelievable this whole postseason, and they are one win away from hoisting uh, the World Series trophy. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But again, Yamamoto versus Gossman, and this is why Yamamoto was so highly sought after by so many teams. You had the Mets involved, the Yankees involved, and of course the Dodgers. And then the Dodgers ended up signing him for $325 million for moments like these. And he was great in game two, and I think he'll be great again in game six tomorrow night. And I'm really looking forward to watching that game. And I do think the Dodgers win game six, but I do think the Blue Jays, you know what? I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going to stick and say the Dodgers in seven because that was my original pick. So I don't want to waver from that. But look, I do have some faith in the Blue Jays now. They've shown me that I should believe. And, you know, I commend them for that. But I'm sticking with my pick of Dodgers winning the series. I said six originally, but now I'm going to say Dodgers still win it in seven. And yes, winning two in a row on the road will be hard, but I think they could still do it. And I don't want to waver from my pick. So I'm going to say Dodgers win in 7 games. So they win the Yamamoto game and then they win game seven. But the Jays have given me reason to believe in them. And yeah, I wanted to waver, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be wishy-washy with my pick. So we'll see what happens, but really looking forward to tomorrow night's game. Yamamoto versus Gossman, two pitchers who are elite, and when they're at their best, are just unhittable, and you saw that in game two. I think I don't think it's going to be a complete game shutout for Yamamoto. but I do think he leads the Dodgers to a Game 6 victory. I'll say 5-2. All right. So that's all I got for that. I'll get to some more off-season news when that comes around. Obviously, the Tarek Skubal situation, that's a big situation to monitor for many teams, including the Mets, who they will have on their radar. Skubal is the best pitcher in baseball, along with Paul Skeens, and he might be available in trade. So we'll watch that and monitor that as the offseason goes along. And once this series of Dodgers versus Blue Jays ends, we'll talk about that more. But the latest on Skubal is that the Tigers and him are far apart on a deal, so they might trade him uh, to a contending team and a team that could sign him and a team that has a lot of prospects to offer, and the Mets do. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm sure a lot of teams will be interested, not just the Mets, but the Mets do have the prospects to offer for Tarek Skubal if he were made available. And it's looking like he might be if the Tigers can't reach a deal with him this offseason. So we'll talk about that more as the offseason approaches. But as of right now, we're going to switch gears from baseball to football and talk about the Week 9 NFL schedule. Crazy, already 8 weeks in the books and all that good stuff. But the football season comes and goes so fast. You got to enjoy every moment. So, yeah, Week 9 kicks off tonight with the Ravens playing the Dolphins. Both teams coming off much needed wins. The Dolphins crushed the Falcons 34-10. Michael Penix for the Falcons was out, but Miami gets a much needed win to move to 2-6. And then the Ravens with Tyler Huntley take down the Bears and win by 2 scores, 30-16. But, big game for the Ravens tonight on the road. Lamar Jackson's return. So that's big for them. Obviously, they'll love to have Lamar back in the lineup. And as for the Dolphins, they're at home. They're looking for another win after a dismal start to the season. 1-6, now 2-6. And looking for their second win in a row, while the Ravens are trying to get back in the hunt here and really climb back in the division race. And if they win tonight, and the Steelers lose to the Colts on Sunday, who, seem to not lose to anybody right now, they'll only be one game out of the division lead, which is crazy. So with this game, I do think the Ravens win. I'll say they win 30-17 in Lamar Jackson's return to the lineup. So 30-17 Ravens. Then on Sunday, we have 49ers at the Giants. Obviously, Cam Scatterbo suffered that gruesome ankle injury, which will keep him out the entire season. And it sucks for him. Such a great year. And now he's sidelined for the rest of the season. So that's tough news for the Giants. And, everyone loves watching him play. And just tough to have him sidelined. This game is in New York. And, I think the 49ers, let's see, are they favored in this one? Oh, this doesn't have it. I'm sure they are favored. But I'm going to say the Giants win. Going West Coast to East Coast is always hard. and vice versa, East Coast to West Coast is hard. So I think the Giants win this one. I know they're a little depleted without Neighbors and Scattaboo, but this says more about Dart and the defense they have too. I like their front four. So I think they'll get after Mac Jones and take down the 49ers at home to improve to 3-6. Then we have Chargers Titans. This is in Tennessee. Tennessee is just brutal this year. They don't really have anyone to block for Cam Ward, who struggled, but it's partially because of the offensive line he's playing in front of and the outside weapons. So I have the Chargers winning this one and improving to 6-3 on the year. I'll say the Chargers get the job done and win 34-16. Then we have the Vikings and the Lions. I think the Vikings' downward spiral will continue. I just I don't like the situation they're in. Wentz is hurt. I think JJ McCarthy will be back, but they are just in a rough situation after letting go of Sam Darnold. Um, and they had Daniel Jones on their roster as well. So, you know, tough sledding for them right now. They're 3-4, and I think the Lions will drop the Vikings to 3-5 and improve to 6-2 on the year. Will Detroit with a big, I'll say, 40-20 victory. Then we have the Falcons and the Patriots. I think Michael Penix will be back, but I just think the Patriots will be too much and continue their winning ways in a big way. I'll say 31-17. Drake May has been balling out, and the Patriots have just been incredible this year. Then we have the Colts and the Steelers. I'm tempted to pick the Steelers coming off of 2 straight losses at home, and I'm just not going to do it. The Colts have looked great, and they've been proved me wrong all year long. And I think they win again here on the road in Pittsburgh. That defense does not look the same. The team's kind of falling apart a little bit, losing 2 in a row. And I think Indy wins it on the road. I'll say 34-24. Then we have Broncos and Texans in Houston. Houston's hitting their stride a little bit, and I think they get a home win. I'll say 24-21 over Denver. Then we have Bears and Bengals, 2 teams coming off of bad losses. The Bears losing to the Ravens without Lamar Jackson, and the Bengals blowing a lead to the Jets, giving the Jets their first win of the year. Jets are on a bye, so I'm not going to talk about them too much. But the Jets did get their first win of the year last week, improving to 1-7. Brees Hall threw one to Mason Taylor for the win. But it was a good day for Fields, good day for the Jets offense, great day for Brees Hall, 3 touchdowns. So Bengals allowed a lot of yards, and they have not looked good recently. They're 3-5 on the year, and I think they will drop to 3-6. Joe Flacco's status is up in the air, and I think the Bears will find a way to win this game on the road. I'll say 27-13. Then we have the Panthers and the Packers. I got the Packers winning this one. They've looked good. They're 5-1-1 after beating the Steelers last week. Hopefully, Jordan Love can continue his great play and lead the Packers to another win. I'll say they win 30-16. Then we have the Saints and the Rams. The Saints lost again last week. They dropped to 1-7. And the Rams, they, I believe, had a bye last week. Yep, they did. They are 5-2. And yeah, I got the Rams winning this one. Spencer Rattler got benched for the rookie from Louisville, Tyler Shuck. And we'll see what he can do. But overall, the Rams are just the better team, and they will improve to 6-2 on the year. I think they will win this one 31-13 over New Orleans. Then we have the Jaguars and Raiders, two teams I'm not particularly high on. I thought this year could be different for the Jags after starting 4-1 and beating the Chiefs, but now they've lost two in a row, and they are coming off their bye. And the Raiders, I just don't think are a good football team. They are 2-5. I'm going to say the Jaguars win this game. They do just enough to win this game. I'll say 24-17. Then we have the Chiefs and the Bills at 4:25. This is going to be a great game. Chiefs are playing well now. They're 5-3. Bills crushed the Panthers last week. They're 5-2. I got the Chiefs winning this one on the road in Buffalo. I just think they look like the better team right now. They have more weapons. Worthy, Rashee Rice is back. Kelsey had a touchdown catch last week. Kareem Hunt. So I think the Chiefs win this one on the road, and flip the script in the regular season at least. The Chiefs have had the Bills number in the postseason, but in the regular season, the Bills are 4-1 against them. So, but I think Kansas City gets them in the regular season this time. I'll say Chiefs win 31-27. Then we have the Seahawks and Commanders on Sunday Night Football. This should be a good one. Seahawks have played really well with Sam Darnold. They are 5-2, and the Commanders are 3-5. So after having an amazing season last year, they have fallen on some hard times this year. 3-5. They did not have Jaden Daniels for the last game against the Chiefs, but I'm going to say if Jaden Daniels plays at home, I think they win over the Seahawks. I'll say a close one, 27-24. But if Jaden Daniels doesn't play, then I have the Seahawks winning. But it looks like he will play. Then we have the Cardinals and the Cowboys. Both teams struggling a little bit. Cardinals are 2-5. Cowboys are 3-4-1. I have the Cowboys winning this one at home on Monday Night Football. Just don't see how the Cardinals win this game. Looks like Kyler Murray will be back. I think I got the notification that he will be. But I still have the Cowboys winning this one. Murray has not looked good this year when he's played. And I got the Cowboys winning. A pretty high-scoring matchup because the Cowboys don't have a great defense, and that's what's been holding them back this year. Trade of Micah Parsons not looking too great right now with that defense. But, yeah, I have the Cowboys winning. I'll say 34-21 over the Cardinals. So, yeah, that's all I got for the Week 9 matchups. And now we could flip to basketball. Let's look at I know it's way too early to look at the standings, but just wanted to see the records on both the East and the West. And most of these records don't mean anything right now. I mean, the Bulls are 4-0. I don't know how long that will last. The Sixers actually have been pretty impressive with Maxey, obviously, who's been unbelievable, and VJ Edgecombe, who dropped a 30 piece in his debut. Uh, the rookie from VCU has been unbelievable so far. And yeah, the Sixers might have something with that kid and Maxey and Embiid. You know, maybe they could surprise some people this year. And so far, so good, 4-0, along with the Bulls. Then the Heat, 3-1, Bucks, 3-1, Cavs, 3-2, Pistons, 3-2. The Knicks are 2-2. Struggled in their last couple games. First, the Heat and the Bucks. So the Knicks are losers of two in a row, but I think they'll be okay. Then the Hornets are 2-2. Hawks are 2-3. Celtics won last night over the Cavs. They're 2-3. And then you got the Wizards, Raptors, Magic, Pacers, and Nets all at the bottom. Wow, Pacers are 0-4. So not a good start without Halliburton for them. And no Miles Turner anymore. He's with the Bucks now. So they've struggled. Magic 1-4. And then Raptors 1-4, not surprising. Nets 0-5, not surprising. Very surprised about. I mean, not surprised about the Pacers, but just crazy to see them at the bottom after being in the finals last year. But without Halliburton, it's not that surprising. And like I said, no Miles Turner. So yeah. And then in the Western Conference, the Thunder 5-0, Spurs 4-0. Wembanyama has been balling out. Warriors off to a good start. They're 4-1. Nuggets are 3-1. Blazers 3-2. Lakers 3-2. Grizzlies 3-2. Jazz 2-2. Clippers 2-2. Rockets 2-2. Wow, such a deep conference. I mean, you got the Nuggets, the Warriors, Spurs, Thunder, Lakers, even the Grizzlies with John Morant. So much talent in the Western Conference. So, yeah. Very impressive conference right there. So, all right. Yeah, that's all I got. Uh, in hockey land, we got the Rangers defeated the Canucks a couple nights ago. They won 2-0. They're 4-5-2 on the young season. And for the Devils, they're off to a hot start. Let's look at their record. The Devils are sitting pretty in first in the Metropolitan Division. They are 8-2-0 with 16 points. Penguins are 7-2-2 with 16 points. Hurricanes have 12 points. They're 6-3. Capitals are 6-4 with 12 points. Blue Jackets 6-4, 12 points. Flyers are 5-3 with 11 points. Rangers are 4-5-2 with 10 points, and then the Islanders are 4-4-1 with 9 points. So Islanders must have cooled off. I thought they were doing better than the Rangers, but not so fast. So yeah, and then might as well look in the West. The Mammoth, the Utah Mammoth, expansion team from this past year, their first year in the NHL. They're in first, 8-3. with 16 points. Avalanche also with 16 points. They're 6-1-4. Then you got the Winnipeg Jets at 7-3, 14 points. Stars 6-3-1 with 13 points. Blackhawks 5-3-2 with 12 points. And you got the Predators 4-5-2 with 10 points. And then in the Pacific Division, you got the Golden Knights 6-1-3, 15 points. Kraken 5-2-3, 13 points. Kings 5-3-3, 13 points. Oilers 5-4-2, 12 points. Ducks 5-3-1, 11 points. So, yeah, early in the season in both the NBA and NHL, but good to keep tabs on it and see what's going on. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you guys for joining me. Got a big Week 9 NFL schedule ahead. Game 6 of the World Series tomorrow night. Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Kevin Gossman. And then we're only guaranteed one more game. If the Jays win it, that's it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, and then we can focus on the off season and all that good stuff. See what's going to happen. See how all these teams that didn't win it can improve, and even the team that did win it. But yeah, excited for it all to unfold this weekend. But thank you for joining me, and have a great night, everyone.